Guys, again with more Brawl Animist Arena. Today, we have Spacelands. No, we have Raphael and Mikey, or Raph and Mike. I guess they have nicknames. It makes sense. Their names are very biblical in nature, so having a nickname would be more useful than full names in dire circumstances. Well, I'm gonna prepare this Anger the Gods because all of this seems like nonsense. Dang, my own Kimchal has baited me. That's messed up. Yeah, we're gonna put a stop to this. Before it becomes a pretty big problem. Each one too can copy, or no, he makes it cost X less, where X is the number of wizards you control. Dude, that monkey is not a wizard. I'm gonna guess he's a wizard. Enters tapped. I would like that land, but the first one is generally milled because it's safe to mill. You take a chunk of damage, but at the same time, any mill after the first one, you have a chance of taking 2 times a chunk of damage or 3 times a chunk of damage, and that is when it becomes fully untenable. Like you can't really do that anymore. Decline. I desperately need that 4th mana. I don't think I get milled, but I'm happy if my opponent decides to mill me. Okay. They do the 8. It's an 8. I've killed our opponent with nearly no combat damage, which is nice. I do love Palantir mind games. Specifically this one, okay. We're not talking about any other ones. The other ones are not as cool. But this one, very nice. The one of Orthanc. There was at least 2 in Lord of the Rings, right? There was at least 2. Let's make a mana rock. Shoot down the wizard. Try to grab some more mana. Or some more life off our opponent. Well, we'll get mana if we hit, but this guy can basically say you don't hit. Oh, really? Sure, I'll redraw. Nothing. I mean, the Scry 2 is also pretty powerful. Now, will our opponent do the thing that opponents occasionally do, where they saw a Roxanne kill their commander, and their next step is to immediately replay their commander? Because I do the thing that opponents do sometimes, where I see my opponent using a repeatable removal effect and then replay the thing that got removed just to see it die again. I'm hoping my poor opponent did not do this, because boy oh boy do things like that shorten games. Oh, the shame is real. The shame is real when that happens. I like Little Goblin. His explosions don't explode anymore, but, you know, he tries his best. None can, It's weird that we gotta do Space Lands first. Yeah, next turn, well... I'm gonna hit with a... Oh, I didn't get hit with a 5. Well, go climb. Send in the boys. I was gonna hit the Johan, just so that he'd be easier to kill in combat. We are back. Game number 2. I like this. This is a more green-focused hand. Our last game mainly was reddish artifact-based. So our commander, when he attacks, you get a look at the top card, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature, and then put it into play tapped and attacking. We mostly have good green and red creatures. We do have 3 spaghetti monsters, because it is hilarious for the pizza people to find a spaghetti monster in the sewers. I personally am fully down for it. I actually do want that, yeah. Because we're going to Bloodstain Mire our deck away next turn anyways. Yeah, so what I imagine happens here is that we play our Lotus Cobra. Like, no. No, what you imagine does not happen. But that means we don't get another green source. Good, that's about it. Where is the fear coming from? Just a blue deck. Maybe they're just trying to get everything into the bin already. It makes sense for them to want their graveyard to be as packed as possible for when they actually cast their commander. I'm going to play Krenko. And see what happens. He gets bone crushed. Yikes. Well, this is going to be very good against whatever our opponent does, hopefully. Primal Amulet. This is exactly the turn I wanted my opponent to take off. Let's go grab a green source. Play an Ashaya. Ashaya is very difficult to remove with red damage because her toughness gets so high. And she's also very difficult to remove with blue removal because a lot of the more modern bounce spells say target non-land permanent. Aha. Well, let's go grab another red land, because apparently I love red lands. Poor Nissa has shown up to something that she's just not really a party to. One of the things I really like about Raph and Mikey, despite them being very high mana cost, is the haste and the trample. Like, it means that they're going to do some damage, their ability is going to trigger, so you don't spend 7 mana and it ends up being nothing, which is nice. I would have still liked it to be a little bit cheaper, but, you know, I mean, that's probably just greed speaking. Yeah, and thanks to I'm only going to attack with Ralph and Mike. If they have an Aetherize, our entire defense crumbles. Because the Shia is our defense, basically. And 4 blue mana is awful suspicious. Ground Chuck and Dirtbag? Real good at casting spaghetti monsters. They put a counter on it and then add mana equal to the number of counters on it. So if they put a counter on it, they can add 1 mana, which is very nice, very unexpected. Mana Flare. What are you doing about it? That's crazy. Where are we losing our life from? From Fiery Island? You can't lose that much life from Fiery Island. I can't even hold up the Dissuade now. I mean, at least they get to go off, which is kind of nice. Oh, they do get to flip it, so they do get to hold it off. Which means the spaghetti monster isn't meant to be. There's a lot of mana. This is still intimidating. I will eat a otter. Go down to 1? Sure. Spaghetti monster? I don't think it's necessary, but my Emrakul is a land. That is exactly what the Shadows over Innistrad plot was all about. GG. Another game too, but we're kind of at the 15-minute mark, so I think we are going to end her off there. I do like Raphael. He's Raph and Mikey, Troublemakers. They are very good. A little expensive, but they're very good when they come down. Especially if you build your deck in a way where you don't always end up with a Llanowar Elves. Because my first few builds, boy, should I roll a lot of Llanowar Elves, and them jumping into combat is just rough. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I will see you next time. Bye for now.